Hi everyone, I'm Sandy Cangelosi. I am so excited to have you here and joining us for the Teach with Tech conference. We want to offer you great ideas for your classroom while you're still able to enjoy your summer. Today's a special day for me if you see the cupcake on the screen. It is my birthday. So I will be celebrating while you guys are attending the conference. We hope you take away great ideas, no matter what your expertise is in the area of technology. I'm a retired instructional technology specialist living in Austin, Texas. I'm now a curriculum designer and blogger. Even though I love being retired, I still enjoy learning, and I still love working with educational technology. The title of my session today is Blending Technology into Project-Based Learning. We'll explore online resources and apps which can be embedded into a project-based learning unit. I was an instructional technology specialist for many years. In fact, I worked with teachers very closely in ways to integrate technology into their classroom curriculum. But it wasn't until I implemented project-based learning that technology really became more of a meaningful tool for learning. And I feel like my students began to really use technology as a tool. In this session, I'll focus on just a few areas of project-based learning, because if I gave all of the resources that I have for project-based learning, this session will last way longer than 30 minutes. But I'll give you resources and examples for introducing a project-based learning unit, formative assessment, and using voice and choice during the project. At the end of the session, I'll provide you with more resources that you can use throughout a project-based learning unit. So, let's get started. I have two quotes I'd like to share with you. The first one, we have textbook standards and elaborate scope and sequences that tell us what to cover. But the goal of project-based learning isn't to cover, it's to uncover. Then the next one, technology is not the project, but rather how the project gets done. So during this session, I hope to help you learn about appropriate tools for the students to use during a project-based learning unit. By using digital tools, the students in turn will be able to think critically and creatively. They can problem solve effectively, collaborate with others, and be able to communicate their learning experience. Let's begin with the introduction of a project-based learning unit. A good introduction or anchoring the project sets the stage for a successful project. Present the students with a challenge or a problem in a way so they will immediately start thinking and asking questions. If you aren't able to get a dynamic speaker to come to your school, I suggest TED Talks. I live in Austin. We have a wealth of resources here. So I've used TED Talks. I've also had speakers to come in. In fact, one speaker I had owned a food truck, and it was cupcakes, and the students loved it. So if you don't have a speaker to come in, or you live in an area where you don't have the resources, I highly suggest trying to find a TED Talk that would be appropriate for your unit. Some of mine have been Why Are Bees Disappearing? The Hidden Beauty of Pollination. And this one that you see on the screen is End Ocean Pollution by Banning Plastics. These two sisters joined together to create a campaign that banned plastics on the island of Bali. And students are able to identify with them because they're young, and they can see that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still make a difference. Using videos will immediately spark curiosity. Students can share their personal experiences, plus they start thinking about ways in which they can help solve the problems. As far as I'm concerned, you can use Google Apps, Google Drive for your whole project. Students are able to stay organized, they're able to conduct their research, they're able to collaborate, they can use voice and choice with their presentation and product. They're able to journal. Students can reflect on their learning, and teachers are able to add comments, collaborate, and help set due dates, plus give students quizzes throughout the project. One of my favorites is Flippity because it is excellent for differentiation. So when you're using different apps or different website resources, it's important that students have voice and choice when exploring the real world challenge or problem, but it is so important that we not overwhelm students with too many choices. So we need to make sure that the apps or website resources we choose are appropriate for the project and appropriate for the students to use. This is when choice boards may come in for teachers to use, where they're giving students choices of what apps or resources to use for their project or product. And if you use Google Slides to create these, you can use them over and over again for different project-based learning units. When teachers begin, especially teachers who are first starting out with project-based learning, they are real hesitant because they're wondering, how do I assess my students during the unit? And to tell you the truth, there's so many different ways you can assess students. But we need to remember where the students are at the beginning of the project. Plus, we want to make sure that we are expressing the goals that we want the students to achieve and how the students will achieve these goals. So these are a few of my favorites. Of course, you guys can use any type of assessment tool you wish to use. You may be grading or assessing students in math, social studies, science, language arts, all of the different subject areas, but just know that you are able to assess students during a unit. One of my favorites is Newsela. Newsela is great for informational text. Students can read articles that are appropriate for their age and their grade level. Plus, teachers can also decide what reading skills they want to cover. Articles are added every day, and the articles are good. And I just typed in honeybees, and these are a few articles that came up. Students can read different articles, or they can read the same article. One thing I recommend is that you make sure that you select the reading level that your child is on, and you're able to differentiate according to their particular level. This is one of my former students. She is a young entrepreneur. She has a lemonade business. She sells at Whole Foods and other places. Plus, she has been on Shark Tank. And I just happened to come across an article about her. And if you look, you'll see the text level of this and the word count. So you can select what reading level you want the students to read at. Another favorite is Edpuzzle. And with Edpuzzle, teachers can take a video. You can crop the video. You can speak throughout the video. You can also talk at different points of the video to make sure the students are understanding, and you're able to provide formative assessment. Plus, at the end, there are questions that are provided. Plus, you can personalize this and add your own. TED Ed is another one. Students watch the video, then they answer questions. They can dig deeper by learning more about the subject by watching other videos or reading more articles. Plus, teachers can customize the lessons. Tools for Students is a favorite of mine because it costs $1 and you get 25 different graphic organizers. So teachers can select what graphic organizers they want their students to use during the project. Plus, they can save them as a PNG format, PDF, save them on like Dropbox, or they can email them to their teacher. Now, this is probably my favorite part, is using technology for your product and presenting to your to a public audience. This can be other students, it can be parents, other board members, administrators, can be community members, whatever. But you want your students to be able to be professionals as they present the information and their findings. These are a few that you can use for presentations. Please make sure to involve like your art teacher, your media specialist, and other people who would have who would be able to help with your project. Don't feel like you've got to do it all by yourself. Book Creator is really neat because teachers can add their own template. With Book Creator, they can organize the project so students know what the expectations are. And these are some of the others. Students can create advertisements or jingles, or they can be a reporter giving information about their project. Another favorite is Green Screen. This is Harper, my granddaughter. I use Harper because I'm no longer in the classroom, but I set up a green screen and then I put her image using Do Ink. I put her image in front of a background, and it was a photo that I found. This had to do with national parks, saving our national parks. And by doing this, you have an impact. Students can see, oh my gosh, I'm really there. Or you can record the students talking about the national park. It's real important for students to, again, present their information in a professional way. I love Adobe Spark, and it's Adobe Spark Post, Page, and Video. Canva is another favorite. I'm going to tell you more about Canva in a minute. And Typorama, which is very easy to use. This is an example of Typorama. It's a poster. Canva, when you go into Canva, you are given all of these different choices of things that you can create. What I like about Canva is that students can use Canva for different parts of their project. A brochure, poster for their presentation, if they're sending a postcard, or if they're doing things with social media. Here's some more examples. Here's the infographic template that I had used. Here are some more. If you're sending an invitation or an announcement about your public presentation, you might want to use this. The thing about using Canva is that you can use the same theme all through your different products that you're creating. And it gives everything a professional look. Students may be presenting to local community members. They may be trying to persuade them about the need or a solution to a problem, so that you want them to be able to get their message across in a meaningful way. If they're creating a business, this is great for a logo. It's great for business cards or even different types of labels that they may use. This is an example of using Canva for a trifold, and you can see all of the different layouts. Layouts are free. If there may be some that cost $1, but I suggest using the free options that Canva gives you. Plus, you can add your own photos or shapes or illustrations that you use. Here are some examples. First one had to do with students learning more about the lecture process. The next one is students is a unit I have about homelessness. In fact, Austin has a community here. It's a sustainable community here for the homeless. And this project is based on the one here in Austin. The next one is Saving Our Oceans. It's another infographic where students show information that they have learned about homelessness or about the pollution of our oceans, and statistics always are impressive. This is an example of a trifold brochure, and you can see using the same theme, it just comes across so well. Business cards, logos, stationery, and in creating invitations. If you're new to project-based learning and you aren't exactly sure where to begin, I suggest this website. It's called Pen Pal Schools. It is filled with different projects, plus they will match you with other schools, so students can be matched with other students around the world who are working on the same project. They provide questions for students and other things that they can do during the project. It's based here in Austin. I just happened to see it when I was looking at new startups, but I went to their website and it's excellent. Other resources are Edutopia, the Buck Institute, Scholastic, and Creative Educator. There are excellent books available for you to use, and if I can help you in any way, I'll be glad to. So I hope you're able to learn from this presentation and still be able to enjoy your summer. There are other excellent presentations during the conference, plus they're all free. Thank you and enjoy your summer.